Well, hello everyone. Hi. Yeah, I just got off a live with Danny and Lori, so go over to Lori's channel if you want to go see that. Oh, a lot came up as everybody was seeing in that video. I was coming up with a lot of information about this Satan, and it wasn't as happy as I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more on that. So stick with me and yeah. All right. So when we were doing that live, I was getting a lot of information about Satan. Now, we all know that DeSantis is crazy. There's no doubt about it. He has a twist in his brain that makes him look like a dictator. He wants to be in charge. He wants to all this stuff. But my when my cards are coming through and my intuition was coming through, he has the ability to somehow he has not necessarily the ability. He is working on being installed. I've said this before. I've done a remote before. I've had cards that come up and he wants to be installed. And it dawned on me when I was doing that reading that he is creating a army. They need an army, right? That's why I kept on saying this is like Game of Thrones. He needs an army. He needs an army to go against um our army. And how else can they do that is to make sure that everybody can get a gun as easy as possible. Whoever wants to be on in their army, he's going to say, okay, it's time to raise up our arms and go forth. Okay? It sounds scary, sounds crazy. I have the zero proof other than an intuition and a thought and a feeling and my cards that says this. Okay. Here's the thing. With all of that said, he's not going to get very far. No matter how far he wants to take this, he's not going to get that far. Let's do some cards on that. He is campaigning with the I am doing a book tour as the cover up for his presidential campaign because he doesn't want to take himself out of being the mayor or the governor because then he would have to go on campaign and then somebody else has to be governor because he's not going to give up that power. Oh, hell no, he's not going to give up that power. He has no intentions whatsoever of playing by the rules. None. Zero. So let's see what the five have to say. The tower moment for him. I mean, the first card up is the tower. So his unexpected crisis is going to happen to him. Upheaval. He's not going to get too far. Ruined plans. This is the tower. The disgrace, the chaos, the anger, release, breakdown, delusion, blown away. His delusion will be blown away. So I really wanted to let that out. And the reason why is because people are gonna get bored and they're gonna get apathy and they're not gonna take up what he wants. He's not gonna get his army. He may get a few hundred or maybe 200, but he's not gonna get what he needs. They're not going to accept it. People are going to move away from him. Okay. I have the Ace of Pentacles, the manifesting the new financial enterprise, opportunity or prosperity or security. They do not want to give up their American life. So as it looks like right now is a lot of people are going, we're done. We're done with the chaos. We're done with all of this sudden change. They do not have the financial control or stability that they want. They're nowhere near the level that they need or want to take over this country like they want to be in charge. for the Satan to be installed, to come against our country or divide, I think that's what upset them the most about Georgia, is because Georgia was going to be a part of their little cutoff, and Georgia's a problem. There's a lot of people there that are not going to agree to all of this. The saddest part about this whole thing is that it worked on so many people for so long. All right, so I'm going to do a remote view with Jack Smith. That energy is so close to me that I can taste it. So it is so close. Oh. My first scene up is he is in, like those old caves where they're mining gold or ore or whatever. And those little tracks and those little buggies. This buggy is full of gold. Full. And he hands his hand on this cart and he's pushing this cart out into the light. That's my first scene up. And he's getting close and close and close. Get there and get there. So he has gold. Trying to see if I can get past this image of that. He, behind the scenes, has this list. And he keeps on showing me getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to his target. I don't know if he has a billboard up. I don't know if he has this billboard up in his office or whatever, but he has literally Trump in the middle, pictures of a whole bunch of people. I mean, everybody we know, people we don't know, but he has a tack in there and a string tied to Trump. Not all of them has a string tied to Trump, so he's getting there, but he has made many connections to Trump on his board. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm looking at his board. And he stands back and he's looking. Get a subpoena out to that one. Get a subpoena out to that one. Bring him in. Bring him in. That's what he's doing. So on his desk, he has a small stack and he has a huge stack of papers or envelopes or whatever. And his small stack keeps on disappearing and disappearing. He only has like maybe this much left. He's getting so close. So close. So it literally just took me to a picture of Trump, and he looks like his clothes are tattered. His hair is disheveled. His shoes have holes in them. His tie is cut off and tethered. This is the whole picture that I'm seeing of Trump right now. His face has dirt on it. Yeah. Yeah. He's tearing them up. Okay, let's do some cards on that. Wow. Wowee. I wish I could draw. I could draw the picture I just saw of what Trump looks like. I wish I could draw. Maybe I need to get cash involved. he can draw that picture for me. All right. Cards. Ace of Wands. He wields the wand. He wields the wand, the magic wand. Whew. Wow. He wields the emotional breakup of, we always know that this is Mar-a-Lago. The emotional breakup. Now that's curious. The emotional, the pain, the thought, the everything, the despair, maybe that's a better word. The dysfunction. This is also the dysfunction of Mar-a-Lago, of Trump, the huge dysfunction of the whole thing. And he's laying it down. He's laying it down. You know, he is creating a huge rock bottom for Trump. This is it. Oh, he's just said that this is my only opportunity to unearth and turn over every stone, and I am taking full and complete advantage of it. He is not going to be caught up or hit with, you didn't look here, you didn't look there, you didn't interview that one. He is literally full on, this is my opportunity to unearth, and he's going to take it. And he wants the surrender. He wants the surrender, balancing the resources, shining a huge spotlight on everything. And he has the power right now. He is incredibly powerful and due diligence. He has a lot of work to do, but the end is Ace of Cups. Now, I love the Ace of Cups because everything, the cup runneth over in the Ace of Cups. The emotional health, like I am going to restore the emotional health of what this was all about. We're not going to play the propaganda. We're not going to play the something I can't prove. He's not going to tell you it unless he can prove it. And that's why he's doing this the most. Nice. All right. So I think we all have heard about not Kevin McCarthy. One demon for the other one, but Mitch McConnell. So I have heard and watched and read a few things about Mitch McConnell. Of course, he had a big fall. He's been in rehab, and now he's coming out of rehab. There's rumors that he's going to step down. That they're trying to find another person for him. However, they have a Democratic governor, I think it is, for North Carolina, or Kentucky. Sorry. Oh, Lord have mercy with me. Kentucky. So they're worried about him. You know, they put forth something that the governor can't pick the next one. Will they follow that? Probably not. So they're really, really worried about all of that. But I want to go do a remote view on seeing what's going on with Mitch McConnell. My first impression is his drinking. That's why he keeps on falling. And I guess he had a disease when he was a child, because they're showing me his legs not working right anymore. There's something going on with his legs and his it kind of reminds me, and I don't know if this is it, but it kind of reminds me, as I'm visually watching it, as somebody who has muscular dystrophy or something, or like MS, something to do with his muscles and his legs. And then he's drinking on top of that. I usually don't do medical stuff, okay, people? So, but this is the information I'm getting. It just told me, it just said terminal. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to die tomorrow, but terminal could be something that is not reversible. It's not going to get better. I don't even have to do this with closing my eyes with him. All right. I'm going to play the cards and see if he's going to step down. There's going to be a new senator for Kentucky. It didn't clear very much for me. Actually, I got justice and new job. Could this justice, justice is not always like the law. It could be just balancing the accountability. You have to be accountability to your post. Are you going to be able to fulfill your duties? And I think that's where it's heading for the justice and the Page of Pentacles, the opportunity, the new job. Are you going to be able to fulfill your job duties? Because I have the Hierophant and the King of Swords. The Hierophant is a confusing card for me, and maybe somebody has some great clarity on that. But the Hierophant can be like the authority or spiritual guidance or the scholar, the intelligence, the teacher, things like that of the King of Swords, and the lawyer, and then the King of Swords is lawyer. So maybe a lawyer is telling him to step down. Maybe somebody of authority is going, enough is enough. When they make that decision, it's going to be fast. Wheel of Fortune. His destiny, his karma is coming to get him. This is interesting. Luxury. Counting your blessings. Again, a new job, a new position, a new place to be. Moving away. And we see heartbreak. The conflict within him. And new beginnings again. I have a feeling that he is, but he's stingy. He wants to hold on. Doing the groundwork to remove him. I don't know, people. It does look like there's a lot going on, and if it ever does happen, I think he's getting some advice to step down, that he's got to go. Can't fulfill his duties. Whatever's going on with him, medically, emotionally, and mentally, he's not able to do his duty anymore. Fulfill it. So let's see the next senator of Kentucky, if it's going to be a Democrat or a Republican. See if my cards will tell me. Well, I don't know. So something about with when he withdraws, they stand their ground, right? I also got the Knight of Wands, the Lust, and the High Priestess, which is wisdom. So those are the Knight of Wands, the energetic, the new travel, the goal-oriented person, right? But then it says Ten of Pentacles and the marriage of the money. The money, the money gets this person in. And then steady progress and the fear and behind the scenes. The Queen of Pentacles, maybe it's going to be a woman, but the woman, they still lie, cheat. They're trying to do their absolute best to make sure that a Democratic senator does not represent Kentucky. So that's behind the scenes of the Republican Party. Let's see if I can go further. But they're doing their best. They're really manipulating everything right now and trying to figure out how to not let that happen. They cannot afford to lose another senator at all. Especially for a Democrat to replace Mitch McConnell. That would be just an absolute slap to the Republican Party. What? Wow. There's going to be a transition. Still not. There's going to be a transition because I got death. There is going to be a transition, and there's going to be choices to be made in that transition. But I also have the Eight of Cups, the withdrawal, and then the heartbreak. So this still is very confusing information that's coming through. If somebody sees something in here that I'm not seeing, please post it down below. I enjoy everybody else's opinions and thoughts. Sometimes I just don't see it right away, which is okay. But I do see a Queen of Cups in the hiding behind the scenes. So there is a Democratic opponent, Hermit, behind the scenes. But the King of Pentacles is their choice somehow. Interesting, isn't it? A fight for democracy in Kentucky. Yep. Where very rarely, very many people that would appreciate a Democratic run state don't even vote. They're very worried about the devil. All right. Very interesting. So I always wanted to talk about the TikTok ban in Montana. It's a ploy. It's a BS move. Number one, there's no way for TikTok to ban state by state TikTok. It's impossible. That dynamic is not even acceptable. Number two, if this was to be signed in, I don't know if it has already or not, it won't go into effect until January of 2024. If they think that they're going to be able to do that. This is all fanfare, so don't worry about TikTok being banned anywhere. They can do it all they can say it all they want, but there's no way that they can like eliminate it from some sort on somebody's phone if they have it. That would be some serious problems. So, all right, everyone. Hang in there. Hang in there. Bye.